Loveless. Southern Indiana's news source is Indiana 9 News.
Good evening, I'm John Beard in for Greg tonight. Thank you for joining us. First on Indiana 9 News, an Indiana woman serving time for the killing of a 12-year-old wants the rest of her sentence dropped. Back in 1992, 4 young girls beat, stabbed, tortured, and burned shanda and then dumped her body in a remote area of Madison, Indiana. Melinda Loveless was one of those girls. Now, after serving 15 years of a 60-year sentence, she's asking that the rest be voided. Indiana 9's Chris Hopper was there this morning when Loveless asked a Jefferson County, Indiana judge to throw out the rest of her sentence.
Melinda Loveless says she originally pled guilty under duress because she feared the death penalty. Well, both sides made their arguments today, and the judge has taken the decision under advisement, and he should make a ruling within the next couple of weeks. The defense has 3 major reasons why they want the rest of her sentence vacated. Her current attorney says she was coerced into agreeing to a plea by her former lawyer. They want the plea deal thrown out because they claim she was not competent at the time the document was signed because she was a 16-year-old minor. And finally, her lawyer challenged the penal code in Indiana, saying it's based on reformation instead of vindictive justice. Small feels the provision made to the Indiana Constitution in 1850 plays a big role in this case today.
That provision is there to protect us and provide us with security, as well as to provide reformation in our system of penal treatment. If it hasn't, if the Constitution wasn't obeyed, then that should be brought to the court's attention. It should be scrapped.
He's making a stretch, and like he argued, this is a first argument of its kind, and the death penalty statute, who puts somebody in death, cannot be reformatory, yet it has been held to be constitutional.
The defense claims that Loveless had ineffective counsel, but Russell Johnson, her former lawyer and one of the best criminal lawyers in the state of Indiana, testified today saying that he believes Loveless understood the plea deal and it was in her best interest to take the agreement.
The bottom line is that Melinda Loveless was informed well, she was represented well, her plea was advised and conscious and voluntary, and she had effective assistance.
She had a dream team. She had the best attorneys in the state, and she was given everything she asked for, everything. So I don't see how that there would ever be a ruling in their favor, ever.
This was a hard day for Jacque as she had to face the facts of this horrible crime once again, but she wanted to make sure Melinda Loveless knew she was there.
I stared at her the whole time, and I did that during the sentencing hearing, so she probably knew that I would be doing that.
Judge Ted Todd was Melinda Loveless's sentencing judge 15 years ago, and he's the judge now that will have to make the decision on Loveless's request for a post-conviction release.
I think that is in the favor of the prosecution. He was present at the hearing, so he knows what advice was given. Her actions, her reactions, and the fact that she did enter the plea, did acknowledge her signature, did acknowledge the rights that she was giving up by proceeding with the plea agreement.
As I said before, we can expect a decision in about 2 to 3 weeks. Also, I managed to talk to both sides, and they feel very strongly about their arguments. But Mark Small did admit that these type of proceedings are very difficult. Chris Hopper, Indiana 9 News.
Melinda Loveless is now 32 years old. She is serving her sentence in the Indiana Women's Prison. A car chased